If you're somebody who takes care of the environment, you can only do it for so long. So one thing that you can do to help out is teach the kids. When kids can take care of the environment, it prepares for the future, and those kids can make sure that this island and other islands can remain beautiful as possible.
Danjugan Island also offers classes for kids to be able to understand the ecosystem within the place. And it's called the Marine Camp. They teach children to love nature and in the future to be able to become ambassadors for nature and take care of not just the environment in general, but also share that knowledge with the people who need to know it.
I learned from this really cool show called Green Living that the styrofoam is eaten by pawikans, and it makes them feel full. And they think they're getting nutrients, but actually they're just slowly dying. So it's pretty sad.
We also got to experience collecting trash here in Danjugan Island. And that was cool because we didn't just collect trash and put it in a trash bin. We were actually made to tell a story about the trash.
There once was a man named George. He put his hand inside the shark. He reached all the way inside the shark and he found this big pile of trash inside his throat. And the shark went.
It was nice to see the kids cleaning up the shore, because you would think that environmental awareness is something just for adults, but you could see that these kids were very interested and could understand that just picking up pieces of trash will really make a difference for the environment.
What that exercise helped us realize is that we do things unconsciously, but honestly, it could be as simple as someone not putting their candy in their pocket and it lands in the ocean. We were able to pick up some bottles that are not from here, they're from Malaysia. We share the same ocean, it's the same body of water, there are no barriers, so anything can really float from one continent to the next. So it forces us to be mindful that our actions have reactions, and those reactions can be very detrimental to the entire ecosystem.
All right, so we're here with Dave and he's going to show us how to plant mangroves. First of all, Dave, why is it important to plant mangroves?
Okay, mangroves are a very important habitat for juvenile fishes and sea life.
So kind of like a nursery then for
Yes,
the fish.
that's exactly what it is.
I found out that mangroves serve a bigger purpose. When fingerlings are laid, they actually have to be in a sort of protected environment. However, there's a controversy that you can't just plant mangroves anywhere. They have to be studied specifically, and there's a way to plant them. It has to be 1 meter apart. If not, they'll encroach on each other and they won't live for a long time. We planted a rhizopora, and we learned that that species takes 4 years to actually grow. It just goes to show that you have to protect what's already there, because these things don't grow overnight. I feel like being here, my eyes were open to that sort of information, and I really want to share it more with my friends.
So far, I'm pretty excited. Haven't dove in a while.
And we haven't gone diving together.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Oh no! And we had said, oh no!
We have been talking
Oh
about
no! Ang kulit nito.
Being in Danjugan Island isn't just like a vacation, but it was more of a learning experience because it's a marine sanctuary. So the people that we meet around here are very passionate about protecting the marine life.
I love being underwater. It's like the closest I can be to being outer space, perhaps, or maybe even heaven. I'm a part of Philippine Reef and Rainforest Conservation Foundation, and it's headed by its founder, my cousin, Jerry Ledesma. He and his contemporaries at that time saw the potential of the beauty of this place, not for money, but for the preservation of the environment and conservation of its marine life. I've just decided this year that I'm going to live here and work here permanently for as long as the island needs me. You look at every creature that is alive underwater. Every single one of those corals that you see is a living organism. They have been here longer than us human beings. And nature doesn't need human beings. Human beings need nature to survive. Being a scuba diver reminds me of that. All of this needs respect from us human beings, not just underwater, over land, over trees, sky, and that's my contribution to this planet. Not only me, but my children and their children, and hopefully the world will change and learn to respect that.
I now really appreciate all the efforts that the people of Danjugan Island are doing to preserve marine life, because if you get to experience how rich that marine life was diving, you know, you'll always want to protect and say, hey, you know, the Philippines has so much of this, it just needs protecting. It needs a little bit of care.
Just to see that these people are making an effort here on Danjugan to make the world a better place and make the Philippines more beautiful, it makes me happy and it makes me feel like there's hope for this country and there's hope for cleaning up everything and making the Philippines paradise.
This whole trip for me has been such an experience. To be able to find myself at the very top of a mountain at one day and the other day at the bottom of the sea, looking around at corals, and find myself in a jungle planting mangroves. It's such a beautiful spectrum of experiences that Negros has to offer.
It's so nice to be around people who are very passionate about what they do, because being in the mountain, we were around very passionate mountain bikers. I met passionate people who love to do kali-kalian, and people here love the ocean, and I love the ocean. So I saw common ground with them. It was a great experience, but now I learned even more and I want to take it a step further in trying to give back the way they give back through the environment.